If you're a college student and you have been stopped by a member of the ICOC or the ICC, then this is the video that you're going to want to watch. Hello everyone, I'm Tina Marie J. Welcome to the channel. So I have been getting a lot, and I mean a lot of emails and questions on my social media from college students who have been stopped by ICOC and ICC members. I've even been hearing from people who were family members of these college students that were recruited into this cult. So I thought, why in the hell have I not made a video only for those college students? And here it is. So if you're new to this channel, if you've never seen my other videos, then I'm just gonna give you a really quick little backstory on me. I was a part of the ICOC for 7 years. ICOC stands for International Church of Christ, or maybe you might have heard of the ICC, which is International Christian Church, which is a break-off, but they're basically the same thing. I was not a college student when I was introduced to this church. I had just gotten married, so I was a newlywed. I just had my second baby. She was only 6 months old. I was kind of really going through a huge transition. I mean, a newlywed and a second child, and I was only 23 years old. But now I was at a point in my life where I was like, you know what? I think I gotta get back right with God again. And then my best friend introduced me to her church. She told me she was a part of the ICOC. It was a really good church, non-denominational. They follow the Bible strictly the way it's supposed to be, and that no other church was like this one. So I said, all right, I'm not interested, but fine, I'll go. So I went with her to probably about 2 services. She said, you know, we're having a Bible study, why don't you come? Little did I know the Bible study was actually meant for me, but I thought it was like a group thing. So that turns me off right away. A couple months later, after I got married, my best friend and her husband had convinced my husband that he should go and check out this church. And I don't mean convince like they were trying to force him or anything like that, but my husband was like, why not? So he thought it was a good idea, so he started going, and then from there, then I started going, and long story short, I became a member, and I remained a member for 7 years. Let's talk about college students being recruited on college campuses. Many ICOC members are littered on college campuses, and they like to recruit a lot of college students for several reasons. One of them is that college students are easy targets. They're easy targets because you're in a transitional phase in your life. The same way that I was in a transitional phase in my life, it was easy for the ICOC to recruit me. I'm not talking about my best friend. I'm talking about the people that were a part of the church that got me to do studies after I fought with them for a while on why I didn't want to do studies. You're an easy target when you're in a transitional phase. And the reason you're an easy target is because, number one, you're in a new phase in your life, and number two, you're still young most likely as you're in college. Another reason that they target college students is because they feel like this is the prime time. This is a time where you either focus on your education and your soon-to-be career, or you get into parties and you focus on hanging out and having sex and dating and doing all these quote-unquote what they like to call worldly things. And so this is a time where they can help you to stay focused in school by staying focused on God. I don't want it to sound confusing, so let me see if I can break this down for you a little bit. Basically, in the ICOC, or in even most Christian religion churches, they usually do feel that if you're focused on God, you're going to focus on the right things in life. The right things in life. But you also got to focus on God, because God's going to get you through. This is their thinking. And so when they recruit college students, they feel we can recruit these young people into our church organization, and they will build a relationship with God, and we can make them wonderful, beautiful, strong Christians of Christ. If you are a college student and you have not been recruited yet, let this be a warning for you. I'm not saying that anyone who is on the campus and says, oh, I'm part of the ICOC is a bad person or someone's just out to get you. For the most part, most of these members do have good intentions, but they don't really realize what they're doing, because whatever they're doing to you has already been done to them. Whatever they're saying to you has already been said to them. But just beware, because there are signs of a cult. There are many, but I'm just going to go through some of the brief ones. One of the signs of a cult is when they preach to you that they're the one true one. Like, this is legit. This is the thing. You haven't been to no church like this. You haven't been a part of no religion like this. We have the truth. We have the way. We're the only ones who follow God the right way. We're the only ones who follow the Bible the right way. And this is another reason why they tend to recruit college students, is because, no offense, most likely a little naive in certain areas. I mean, you just came out of living with your mom and dad. It's like a weird time in your life, especially if you just graduated high school, because you're going from being a teenager to now being an adult, but then you're kind of still treated a little bit like a child. I'm just saying, I've been there, I know. Another sign of it being a cult is if they try to pressure you. You should really get started now. Let's just start the Bible studies. I will give you a ride to my house and give you a ride back to your house or your dorm or whatever. This is pressure. You just shouldn't be pressured. Another sign you will see, love bombing. Now, love bombing is when a group of people come up to you and bombard you with love. It sounds nice, of course, it sounds sweet. It sounds like, oh no, they're just nice people. Yeah, no. Yeah, some of them are nice, but it's kind of like in a very uncomfortable way. Hey, nice to meet you. Oh, we're so happy to have you. Let's see what time will be good so we can get together. Let me write down your number and let me write it in my planner. They're just very, very urgent when it comes to certain things. The urgency with these members is so strong, and it comes on so strong. You gotta do the studies. You gotta get baptized. Boom, boom, boom. You will see this even as a college student. You'll see this in time, but when you're first approached, they aren't gonna give you all of that at once. Let's say you're walking through a library. Oh, I got a book. Oh, okay, good. This is the book I need. Okay, great. You sit down and someone comes over to you. Anyone sitting here? Oh, no, you could sit here. Sure. Oh, wow. I have that book. Are you taking Sexual Psych 101? Now you guys are in conversation. Okay, boom, you're in conversation. Now this person wants to start asking you questions after a few moments of conversing back and forth. Hey, by the way, what are you doing on Saturday night? Because me and a few of my friends, we're going to hang out. You know, I'm a part of this church, and we do like these little get-togethers on Saturdays. So why don't you come? I could pick you up. It sounds like a good idea because, hey, you're new to the school, which means that you probably don't really have many friends, especially if you're far from home and you don't have your family. You're probably lonely. You're probably experiencing some homesickness. Why not come and join them on Saturday with their hangout? Now, more than likely, a thing that they won't tell you is that this so-called hangout is actually a group doing some Bible studies. If you give them the okay, that is all that they need. Sure, I'll be there. Boom. Trust me, they will not forget. They will get your number, they'll call you, they'll text you, they'll even hit you up the day before, like that Friday night before. Super nice, super nice. Like, oh wow, they're so friendly. Oh, we could be friends, we can hang. Or maybe they did tell you that they're doing some Bible studies, and maybe you're gonna say yes, or maybe you're gonna say no. If you say no, they are not the type to just push it off and say, oh, it's okay, all right, no problem, it was nice meeting you. No, they are still gonna want to connect. Or maybe they'll invite you to some event they're having. 4th of July weekend. What are you doing for the 4th of July? Me and some friends are gonna go do barbecue, and we're gonna go play some volleyball at the park. This is their way of just kind of warming you up. So you have two different type of ICOC members. You have the member that will do a warm-up with you first, and then you have the member that will just go straight into it and say, hey, let's study the Bible. Depending on which kind of member you come into contact with, your experience may be different than another person who's recruited into this organization. They do it in a way where they're trying to be careful because they don't want to chase you away. But anyway, enough talking about that. Point is, they will definitely find a way to get you. So if you are a college student who has been stopped by an ICOC or an ICC member, pay attention to certain signs. I'm not saying that you need to automatically say, no, that's okay, I'm good. I mean, if you do say that, then hey, you know, better for you. I don't like to tell people what to do. It's just a warning, but just definitely pay attention, because a lot of the times they are just trying to recruit you into their cult, and you will eventually see, or maybe you won't see because maybe you'll be that brainwashed, that this is actually a cult. Now, a lot of ICOC members don't like to hear themselves being called a cult, because what cult likes to be called a cult? But they do have a lot of cult-like characteristics. If you check out this video right up above, I have a video where I do talk about the signs of a religious cult, so I definitely recommend you check that out. And you can also go on Google and find something called the BITE model. It's just like all the signs and the red flags of what occult characteristics looks like, occultic characteristics look like. And I suggest that you definitely take a look at that, because you want to be really careful with who you trust. You want to be really careful with who you give your personal information to, like your phone number, and especially when they say they're from a church. If they're trying to pressure you, you should know right then and there, right off the bat, they are not really someone that you want to mess with. Now, if you have already started going to Bible studies with the ICOC and you are starting to feel a little iffy about it, then here is some advice for you. You may have already begun your Bible studies and you're starting to feel like you're not sure this is something you want to do. You're starting to feel uncomfortable. You're feeling like something's not sitting right. That is your gut instinct and your intuition, and I recommend highly that you listen to it and you follow it. If it doesn't feel right, then that's because it sure as hell is not right. The studies that they do get very, very personal. Many people have complained about it, but like me, many people have complained only in their own head instead of out loud verbally, and just continue with the flow thinking, I have to do this if I want to be saved. Don't listen to what other people tell you just because they're telling you they're Christian, just because they have a Bible open. That doesn't mean jack-ish, and I literally mean that. It don't mean jack. What you need to do is follow your instincts, and if you don't feel comfortable, then feel completely free to say, you know what, honestly, I get that you're saying that I need to do these studies to get baptized, but I don't feel comfortable giving all this information. I don't feel comfortable with these studies. Therefore, I've decided that I no longer want to have anything to do with this. It's better that you get that out the way now and you're 100% honest and you're just very clear and you let them know now than to go along with it and get any deeper into the process, because trust me, the deeper you go into the process of getting baptized and doing the studies, the harder it becomes to leave if you do decide that you want to leave. And to all my campus students who are trying to run away from the ICOC, continue running. Block them, ignore them, tell them straight up to their face, leave me alone and give me my space, because I have nothing that I want to do with you. Thank you for watching. Look down below in the description box for my email address and my Facebook and Instagram. Also, my website where I have my coaching program and my clarity calls if you need any advice, and I do single clarity calls, so check that out. And don't forget to join my Beautiful Souls Facebook group if you are an ex-ICOC member or an ex-cult member of any cult, or if you just left religion and you just need a group of people that you can connect with, then come join my Facebook Beautiful Souls group. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate you. Love you.